to Sideline Buzz. Ryan Lombardi, James Daring, joined by Stacey and Marlon. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
So, Marlon, you're the Director of Communications and you're the Commissioner of the American Cornhole League.
That's correct.
So, I mean, how did this come about? I mean, I'm just thinking back, I play a lot of cornhole in my backyard. Maybe we'll bring it to the beach or a tailgate, but how did this become an official league?
Yeah, so basically, I was playing as a tailgater. I saw people playing this game way more seriously than I was.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is it about this particular tailgating game that is getting everyone so amped up? And then I heard that there were some tournaments that were forming and people were playing for money. And I started to watch them play, and I really enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
And so I said, if I can put some technology behind it and broadcast it in a way where everyone could appreciate the skill of these top players, I got a shot to make it a professional sport.
And so it has. I mean, it's awesome to watch. I've seen it on like ESPN and stuff, and it's entertaining.
Yeah, we just re-upped with ESPN for another 3 years.
Love it.
So there's more cornhole coming your way.
How are you? How good are you?
I'm not very good.
Oh.
Casual player.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Casual.
Yes.
just the casual.
Yeah.
And then Marlon, just kind of what is your role in all of this?
So really helping take the sport that Stacey's put on the map, and my job is to expand that map, right? How do we take it to the masses? So it's really cool. We started, about 6 years ago, we started these celebrity events.
Mm-hmm.
We call them super holes. Now they're just called Cornhole for a Cause, where we pair up celebrities with our professional cornhole players, and they compete live for charity.
That's awesome.
I think the best part about it is that cornhole reaches all walks of life. It doesn't matter your age. Our youngest pro is 12. Our oldest pro is 67. It's men, it's women, and it's really cool to see. And then on the, here we are at Super Bowl, right? And we've had so many athletes take part in what we're doing. Last year we did a live ESPN broadcast from the NFL Experience, and you're having Sam Darnold, who's playing in the game
Yes.
on Sunday, competing.
How is Sam Darnold at cornhole?
He's actually quite good.
Yes. Yeah. He's played with us twice now.
So maybe as a future after football in the cornhole league.
Yes. He could keep his sports career going in cornhole. We hope he does that.
Quarterbacks are pretty good. Doug Flutie is a cornhole star. Derek Carr was pretty good.
Nice.
Of course, Sam's played. Daniel Jones wasn't bad.
Oh.
So I know I've definitely seen, some of these competitions on TV, and some of my, my friend Mike over my shoulders, like, I'm better at cornhole than these guys. If you wanted to prove that, how could he go about joining? You know what I mean?
All you gotta do is find a tournament on theacl.com, go to our website, look for a local director in your area, you can get started playing.
So I mean, like, obviously they're really good. How many levels do you have to kind of ramp up to get to like the national stage like that?
Yeah, so it's we have an open format. So depending on how quickly you can get good, kind of determines what your timeline is.
Okay.
But we have all kinds of qualifying tournaments, and we have a point system. We have a power rating, so we can rate players because we like to create events where you're playing against people of similar skill level.
Yeah.
So anything from a beginner to a pro player, we have events for. We also have college. We have our National College Cornhole Championship.
Wow.
We have some colleges that are now doing scholarship programs for their cornhole clubs and teams. And Winthrop University is a big one. They won 2 of the 3 national championship events in this past championship.
Have you
licensing out teams?
Yes.
Right?
Have you guys? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no. So one of the big things that we're doing here this season is that we're going to have pro team ownership. So we've created actual cornhole teams for our pro players to participate in. We also have minor league teams.
Awesome.
So you have the opportunity to participate in cornhole as a team sport, not just individually.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So kind of as that's ramping up, you have teams. Does that like? For anyone who might not know, does that mean there's practices, there's like, a schedule for these teams to improve and get better?
Yeah, so if you take the Winthrop College Cornhole team, for example, they actually come out and practice at our headquarters. And they're
Where is
there,
that, by the way?
They're there all the time in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so they're coming in. I think that there were 12 players on that team this year. In our college format, 4 players make up a team. So they actually submitted multiple teams into our championship event.
Oh man, so I mean, have you seen any particular university like stand out? Like, oh, they've got so many guys that
Yeah,
are
so
really
yeah,
good.
yeah. With Winthrop is by far the best program. There's another one called Adrian College. They actually had a player that took down the singles championship this year, but they have a scholarship program as well, and has some really good players.
I love that. So if I was a college student who wanted to bring this to my college, how would I go about that?
So you just interact with us at the ACL. We can give you advice on how to get your club started. They have all kinds of suggestions, and yeah, you just follow the model and submit a team.
Sweet.
Yeah, you know what's really cool is like watching you guys interact. It's the same reaction that everybody has here when you say cornhole, right? Like my email address is marlon@iplaycornhole.com. And people are like, that's so cool, that's a real email, that's so awesome. And every talent walking down all these areas right here, every aisle, we've run into somebody who has played in our event, given us a hug, said, when can I throw bags again? So you're talking about, we just ran into A.J. Dillon or Doug Flutie or Ryan Fitzpatrick. Oh, there's another quarterback I failed to mention, who's a really good player. But all of these players come together, and it reaches everyone. It's not just football, right? We've had Nikki Bella participate, Tyler Hubbard participate, right? Athletes, celebrities, influencers.
Wow.
But it's really awesome to see it become a sport that's talked about amongst other people. It's not just, hey, during one season. Cornhole season's year round.
Yeah.
So you guys obviously watch a fair amount of cornhole, I would say. Do you think that the pressure of like a national stage gets to people at all, or do they have to just like have a beer in one hand, throwing bags in the other hand? Is it easier?
Yeah, when you'll see, like when people get on the broadcast court for the first time under those bright lights, it can definitely have an impact on them, and so people get nervous, and just depends on the individual how long before they break out of that, or how many times they have to get up there on the stage where they can handle their nerves maybe a little bit better than they did the first time out.
What was the first event where, you had the broadcasts and everything? You're like, wow, I can't believe this is really happening. Like, when did it really set in that you were really getting going with this league?
Yeah, so it was our second championship, our second season that we were doing a world championship, when ESPN said, "Hey, would you like to be on ESPN2?" Because we did ESPN3 for a year, and they called me up about a month before, and they said, "We really like what you're doing on ESPN3. We have a slot open on ESPN2. Would you like to do that?" And I said, "Obviously, yes."
Yeah.
But I had no idea what the difference in cost was to do an ESPN3 broadcast versus an ESPN2 broadcast, but it was significant.
Yeah.
So I had to scramble to do that. Fortunately, found a production company that was willing to work with me on a short period and didn't make me pay till after the event.
That did well?
And it did well. So yeah. So in that first broadcast, the producer comes out of the truck and he's like, "Do you have any idea what's going on right now?" And I was like, "No, I'm just trying to get these players to the court. I got one guy in the bathroom when he's supposed to be up there on stage and stuff like that." And he's like, "You've gone viral." And he's like, "Everyone in Bristol from ESPN is laughing their asses off because you've gone viral on Twitter." Like, Twitter just exploded during our first ESPN2 broadcast. And so that's basically when I felt like, I was like, wow.
Wow.
There's something big going on here.
Yeah. No, I absolutely love it.
Well, there's something to be said about you watch incredible feats of strength, athleticism, speed in football, but when you just see a couple of guys just bang, bang, bang.
Shot after shot after shot.
What is so impressive
It's
about
muscle
that?
memory. It's consistency. It's practice. A lot of our cornhole players, they're blue collar workers, right? They have a job during the day, and our ultimate goal is that they could focus on cornhole full time, and that could be their full time job. That's what we ultimately want them to do. But on their lunch hour, they're upstairs. I've heard people going up to the rooftop in their building and setting up boards and practicing. Or people will they'll move their furniture in their living rooms and move their couches out of the way to create 27 feet just to practice. It's over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating. And that's why when we do bring celebrities or athletes together, we're showcasing how talented our cornhole players are against some of the best athletes, celebrities, musicians in the world that excel in their industries. And it's fascinating
good
to
stuff.
watch. I mean, these shots that are invented. I mean, how many shots have been invented in cornhole?
Yeah, I would say when I first started, there were basically 2 basic shots, slide shot and an airmail, and now there's probably 6 or 8 different cornhole shots that people are intentionally doing. And
It's amazing.
It's crazy how they can manipulate the bag.
It's great stuff. I love it.
No,
I want to bring it to my school now.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
know. I'm like
Can
trying
we
to.
start the cornhole
Me
league?
I'm just trying to think about, at the townhouse, how can we rearrange the furniture to create 27 feet in there?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm telling you. Like,
27 feet though. I can't
27 feet. That's
measure
a
that
must.
approximately.
I will say, sometimes you're at a tailgate, limited space, and people are like, oh, just move it a little closer. No, 27 feet. That's a must.
But it's interesting because of that muscle memory, right? When we've had to adjust boards, you could see sometimes shots are a little shorter because they're used to, how it normally would operate, right?
Yeah.
But it's really fascinating to watch, and also fans, people got really into it. We've gone to Met games with our players wearing their jerseys, and people are patting them on the back, and they're saying like, "Oh, Henderson, I love you, man. I've watched you on ESPN. You're great." I mean, that's really cool to get recognized like that
Yeah.
from a professional cornhole player.
No, that's amazing. So how can our listeners find more about the American Cornhole League?
It's very simple. Just go to theacl.com.
All right. So you heard that. Go to theacl.com. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on today, talking some cornhole. We
Yeah.
love it. We loved having you. Stay with us here on the Sideline Buzz on WSVU 88.3 FM, The Buzz.